I didn't mean to go on that rant earlier. I was thinking how much the Q stuff's driven me up the wall and how much it pisses me off, and how then I got accused of supposedly supporting that stuff because it leaks into my show. And then being accused of being part of that because I've got an organization and what my other shows do. You said he was the Messiah. You said he was invincible. You said it was all over. They were all going to Gitmo. Now, oh, he's part of a larger thing of Q. I will not suffer your Q people after this. I knew what you were day one, and I know what you are now, and I'm sick of it. And I was separately told this by QAnon. So I'm going to say again, I've talked to QAnon. QAnon is totally real, as Zach and our Cape Canaveral sources and Space Command sources have pointed out, and people make jokes about that, but that's the 18th agency. You're here. This is big. QAnon. Amazon? I know you know QAnon's identity, but yes, obviously we're not going to, and I've confirmed as well, QAnon is a group in the Pentagon.
And very close to Donald Trump, military intelligence, specifically Army intelligence, I believe. And I've affirmed, working with the people who run the monitored 8chan, QAnon has been using the same trip code, the same IP addresses for his devices. It's the same Q from the very beginning. And when we were decoding him, it was so bizarre. We were decoding
But
Q.
see, you're playing coy here. You know QAnon, so do we. Let's just leave it at that. The point is that Zach is part of the same group, but he's with NASA, and that is the beginning. And QAnon said that 2 weeks ago, and we know who QAnon is, and we play coy about that, but it's Army intelligence and some groups in Florida and others.
Real quick, I was listening to Dr. Corsi last night and about all the stuff on 8chan and how releasing, I mean, is that kind of like the ace in the hole, to get
I've been told by 5 different Pentagon sources, high level, that whole 8chan thing is real and that they're basically forecasting what they'd like to see happen and giving you information. But so that's definitely real. And that's why Corsi's been, I'll let you know because the enemy knows. The White House directly asked Corsi to be on the 8chan beat a month ago. So, and that's directly from the White House.
Dr. Corsi is so smart. And then one other thing,
but I mean, what does that say about QAnon? Whether it's, I mean, we're being told by the White House, please cover this. So what does that tell you? Yep. I basically know from sources who QAnon is. I had the founder of Q at my house about 2 years ago. It started out just as some guys having some fun that were authorized to engage in PSYOPs. So it did start with people in the Trump campaign and people that worked in U.S. intelligence. And, I'm just going to call them and I'm going to ask them to come on. It's time this all get exposed. You know what? I'll just expose it. Okay, I gave Joe Rogan a deadline, and I love Joe. He's a good guy. I like these guys, too. I give them till next Tuesday to come out with it all, or I'm going to expose it next Wednesday. There. 7 days. I mean, I know who started Q.
Jones, I got to give Jones a lot of credit because he helped President Trump, and he is the original archetype for alternative media. And I hope he gets off of all of his supplements. I hope he gets over his issues. I hope he stands up to the Sandy Hook people. I've got easily 100 people that will testify for Alex Jones and crush the Sandy Hook lawsuits. Perhaps Jones will come back, but right now, I don't think he's got it.
You lost your virginity to one of these aliens who, now this is quite a confused part of the story here, because from what I read, the alien turned themselves into the woman from the Fry's Turkish Delight advert.
Yes, this is holographic, so I wouldn't have actually lost my virginity. This is a holographic image. We think we have some wonderful technology here on this earth, but the technology that I've seen far surpasses anything that we have here, or at least anything that the military tell us they have. This was a holographic experience.
How old were you?
That would be about 1965.
What age were you then?
I would be about 5 or 6.
But you two, I think, are particularly relevant to understanding 3 questions I'm going to ask each of you in a rapid-fire round. The 3 questions are, what happened yesterday? What's going to happen between now and the 28th? You get 3 minutes each for each of those. And then I'm going to ask you a third question, one-word answer. Who will be inaugurated on the 29th? Charlie Ward, you go first. What happened yesterday?
What happened yesterday was one of the most beautifully planned traps you could ever imagine.
And people say, I don't always talk about 5G. Well, just because I don't talk about it every radio show doesn't mean that it's not important to me. David Icke has just produced something on YouTube about the bees and the pollinators being severely affected by 4G and 5G. I haven't seen it. I've been told about it. That would be worth looking at.
Far more serious than mere ecological disaster. According to his book, The Truth Vibrations, the world as we know it is about to end. David Icke.
And turquoise actually is the same frequency as an energy called love and wisdom. Therefore, when you wear that color, you attract it. When you wear black, you attract a color that is the opposite to love and all the things we wish to bring to the earth.
But
and it attracts another kind of energy, which is very.
But this is very hard. This is very hard on priests and nuns, isn't it?
Well. Maybe that's a sign that maybe all the truth is not in the hands of the traditional church that has been with us over all these thousands of years.
Well, now, let me get this story right. The press claim that you claim to be the Son of God.
Mm-hmm.
Is that true?
Yes, you see, the thing is that, it's quite funny, really. 2,000 years ago, had a guy called Jesus sat here and said these same things, you would still be laughing. It's really, really funny that we've not really moved on that much. There have been many missions, if you like, over the last 12,000 years to try to free the earth from control by a force that is working against the Godhead. The Godhead is the basis of all love and wisdom and all the rest of it in the whole of creation. But there is another being, the Bible refers to it as Satan, the real name is Lucifer, who is trying to take over creation. And because of the very important part this particular planet plays in the whole, actually destroying this planet would be a major step forward in that direction. Therefore, for the last 12,000 years, the influence on this planet has been from this being and from the energy which he sends out. And it's an energy that stimulates people to think in a certain way.
Well, now, let me get this story right. The press claim that you claim to be the Son of God.
Mm-hmm.
Is that true?
Yes, 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 yes,